Or we could upgrade this so we get plus 60% income from post-battle loot. That's pretty legit, honestly. And I think we need the cash right now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go for the slave hold. Because we have enough, or we will have enough hold growth to get the enormous black arc pretty quickly, so investing for now in the slave hold I think is a decent choice. So we have Nalosi over here. She took Toran Rock previously. The public order there is actually pretty decent, which is quite weird. But what we're probably going to do is take Nalosi and take the High Vale. The main thing I'm concerned about is them obviously attacking me from two directions on this island. It's kind of hard to deal with. So if I go and take the High Vale, it's going to take me a little while to get walls there. At Tor Ramrock we're fine because it already has walls naturally. The other thing I need to be careful about is leaving my Black Arc on its own. Because in an auto-resolve battle, pretty much any of the AI's armies at the moment will probably be enough to destroy it, and it doesn't really have enough troops on its own to support itself. So we'll be looking at probably recruiting more troops into it at some point. So Nalosi, anyway, she's gonna probably stay nearby. Maybe. Or we can just go slam the High Vale. I think we'll move towards the High Vale for now. If an army comes towards our Black Arc, I'll put her back on the water to save it. We have to decide what we want to do with Moksha. He's currently channeling. Now we could take him to Shock Track Mount. The main issue we have is that the Bone Clubbers tribe has been sieging for quite a while. They do have Black Orcs as well, and I think this garrison, although we have like a level 3 Dark Palisade, I'm not sure if the army is going to be enough to hold them back. Like the Witch Owls will be pretty decent against Black Orcs, I think. But I'm just not sure if we have the Shirin Mount we need in order to win that battle. If we take Moksha into Shock Track Mount, he gets a lot more replenishment, so I might do that and then go towards Kragoth Deep. Honestly, I'm not even concerned if it gets taken, really. It's just kind of a pain in the ass more than anything. So our technology finishes in the next term, which is great. We're going to be getting hit and run. We will probably be going for like naval training next, just so that we can get the extra unit experience for Black Ark Corsairs, Shades and Dark Riders, which is actually really nice, especially considering like the later we get into the campaign, the more we're going to be using Shades, so that would make sense. We do have rites here as well, that we can perform this rite, for example, the sacrifice to Atharti, and that's definitely something we can think about, especially if we're struggling with public order, although I don't think we are at the moment. All our public order is going up except from Tiranoc, and Tiranoc will be once we start to gain ourselves some more settlements, so that's good. Cool. So let's go ahead and end the turn there then, I think. We do have, I think, Rubinis coming back towards the Frozen City because we want to upgrade the Altar of Cain there. We don't have enough money to do it just yet, but when we get there she'll reduce the cost of that quite significantly, so that will definitely help out. Yeah, let's end the turn and move on. Not too much going on as usual. It looks like Hexoatl is still very much at war with the Cult of Pleasure though. We're a lot stronger than Hexoatl according to the balance bar, and the Cult of Pleasure is apparently stronger than Hexoatl, but I feel like Hexoatl's starting to get the jump on them quite badly here. Just because all of the armies of the Cult of Pleasure are just in the wrong place. Look at that army though. There was like 2 Death Hags. And then like just a bunch of Witch Elves. That was crazy. I've never seen an army like that built by an AI. Other than like in the original Warhammer where the Chaos would quite simply build just really annoying stuff. Like the chariots on Norska, that was just horrible. Apparently it happens in the Mortal Empires DLC, but that remains to be seen. Looks like Karen Carr was actually taken by the Cult of Pleasure, so we don't have to have Malekith take that. Ooh, here we go. The battle for Kragoth Deep. So, I don't think it would have mattered this turn if I brought down Moksha in order to try and defend. We're just going to have to try and do our best against all of these Savage Orc Boy Biggins. We do have Black Orcs against us, but we do have the Witch Elves. I mean, if we play it well, we could probably do quite a severe amount of damage, but I think this is a battle that we might not win. The archers are fine, we just need to focus on those Black Orcs, and then maybe we'll be okay. Because if the Black Orcs don't survive, then our Dark Shards can take up the walls. They will definitely beat Orc Archers, and then if we control the walls, then these Savage Orc Boy Biggins can't do anything. They do have trolls that are armoured and a Cygor, which is actually a rank 7. So it's going to be a hard one, but we're going to quick save it and we're going to fight it on the battle map. The settlement is actually quite nice, I think. It's quite a nice choke. Although, that's not necessarily good for us, because I would like to have more towers, more spread out, because then we can pick off more units before they get to the walls. The AI loves just standing there and taking shots from the towers. Especially something like a Cygor, for example, that will definitely go down easy to a tower. It's just a matter of, you know, hitting it enough, basically. Alright. So they do have towers, and they're just going to be Black Orcs in all those towers. So we'll have to get my Witch Elves to defend. I'm going to have, let's see, Witch Elves up on the left side, Black Ark Corsairs on the right. I'm trying to think which ones will be safer. I think the left is safer in general, so we'll keep the Witch Elves there. Then we'll have the Black Ark Corsairs to the right side, like so. With our Death Hag here. She can be on the walls and get involved. Then our Dark Shards, they can basically focus on all of the cavalry that will probably be going for the gates. Our own cavalry, not entirely sure what I want to do with our cavalry. I might just have one side, one the other side, and then like if anything gets through the gates, we can just charge it from both sides. Then we maybe just have these repeater crossbows just shooting them into the side. Maybe that would be a nice way to do it. These cavalry units are really cool. So let's get our Dark Shards up on the wall here. We'll go for like 3 units.
The merciless host.
Like so. Cool. I might just spread these ones out a little bit so that we cover the entire wall there. And then the other thing we can do is have a unit on top of this gate as well. And then the units on top of the gate, they can actually turn round and shoot down into the melee. Especially if I manage to keep a lot of the Boy Biggins in like a choke here, we can just turn around all of these Dark Shards and shoot down into them, especially if they choose to break through that gate in particular. So we'll have to see. Let's start the battle. I'm going to have to make sure that my towers are maybe focusing one of these. We might be able to focus down one of these actually. I'll probably focus down the right one because that means I can sort of concentrate my infantry a little bit better. Can this one fire over? Maybe we focus the left one with these two. I love the way it says Bretonnian Siege Tower, even though these are clearly orcs. That's actually really interesting, actually. And why do these orcs have Bretonnian Siege Towers? We're a long way from Bretonnia. That's strange. We'll try and take out a couple of the towers there. These towers, however, I think I'm just going to have them maybe focus down the trolls there. And this one can try and focus down the Cygor. And we'll try and do as much damage as we can to the most important units. So, are we targeting those towers? Yes, we are. Cool. Seems like whenever you give them orders, they stop for a little bit, so I need to stop doing that. And we're doing a lot of damage to the Orc Boar Boy Biggins. That's good. Or maybe they just take a little bit of time to reload. I think they do. This one on the left side is actually taking 50% damage already, and we might actually be able to shoot it down. That's 63%. That one's on 52%. Yeah, we've already killed off a lot of these Orc Boar Boy Biggins. That's quite nice. Maybe we just have all of our archers focus the Cygor. If we can. Can we get it? I hope we can. Oh, it's so close. Unfortunately, not going to be the case. Oh, it's gonna get away with it anyway. Let's start focusing the Orc Boar Boys at the back then, because there's no point in focusing those towers anymore. It's a shame we couldn't get the kills, but that's how it is. Okay, they managed to break through. So this is where my Dark Riders can help out. We're going to charge both sides. Right, and this should allow us to just shoot them freely in the back. Awesome. Right, we need to make sure that my Witch Elves have targets. We probably should collapse on all of these black orcs here, the Black Ark Corsairs, and I may as well get my Death Hag into the melee as well. And we did just get Murderous Prowess, which is really useful. The Chaos Trolls are actually dying here. The Savage Orc Boar Boys are coming through the gates. Let's turn around our Dark Shards. And we'll start shooting them in the back. Lovely jubbly. Oh, it's such a kill pit. All of my Dark Riders just holding the ground while all the Savage Orc Boar Boy Biggins are getting slaughtered. And the thing is, if we kill enough of them, the morale of the units on the walls will actually just be terrible, so... I'm not entirely sure why those Witch Elves weren't actually helping out in that melee, but there we go. This is the beauty of having walls, I guess. Is that even if they get through the gates, we are perfectly fine. What actually might be a decent idea is if I bring my repeater crossbows over here and shoot these Black Orcs in the side. Do they have armor-piercing missiles? They do. Okay, cool. So we'll get them into position, and we will shoot into the side of these Black Orcs. The other thing we need to do is use this. Unfortunately, we cannot on a wall, which is kind of irritating. Try and get these Dark Elves to turn around without this guy getting involved. We can shoot down into these Black Orcs on the ground. Actually, those Black Orcs can be hit by the spell, so we'll do that. Lovely.
The merciless host. Glorious destruction.
Right, over here,
Scalp them.
the Savage Orc Boar Boy Biggins are still being wrecked by my archers, which is great. We're actually balancing out the balance bar at the top as well, which is fantastic. We're not doing too much damage over there anymore. Unfortunately, the archer boys are on our case, which is kind of annoying. We're losing our cavalry here as well, but we will be able to take out the rest of those Savage Orc Boar Boy Biggins, which is nice. Okay. So with that done, I think we'll be okay. Unfortunately, the Death Hag, our leader, is going to die. The Black Orcs are just hell to deal with. So yeah, our Dark Shards are being engaged now by the Orc War Boss, which is not very fun. Our Witch Elves aren't doing particularly well against the Black Orcs anymore, which is kind of sucky, but maybe we can do something with the rest of our archers now. So for example, if I get my Dark Shards off the walls now on this side, and we go and just slam into the side of these Black Orcs, we might be okay. We kind of have them surrounded here, it's just we're being hit by their archers, now they've got them into the gates here. We're doing quite a nice amount of damage to those Black Orcs though with the repeater crossbows. I might try and use this on those archers just to do a little bit more damage. Okay, so we're definitely whittling down one of the squads. Where is the capture point? It's here, okay. Stop with the skirmish mode there. They actually go where I want them to. Right, yeah, let's try and kill off these Savage Orc Archer boys. Because if we can get rid of those, they will stop hitting my own Dark Shards. And then what we can do is then focus on their infantry. So I can have like one squad hold them back, and then the others just shoot them in the back or something. But we're running low on ammunition, honestly, so this might not work out as planned. Fortunately, we are still getting a lot of hits onto these Black Orcs, and that's doing a lot of damage. Okay, so we've got rid of those chaps, which is great. Goodbye to the Savage Orc Archer boys. And we can probably kill off the Black Orcs as well. We'll shoot them again. Maybe they'll rout. Yeah, they're gone. Okay, cool. So we'll run them down just quick. Good stuff. The other thing is, as soon as we get them off the walls, we can use this spell again. But we're doing a lot of damage at the moment with those Dark Shards, which is nice. Okay, we made that Black Orc unit go a bit crazy, which is nice as well. But these Black Orcs are proving hard to kill. Unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to pull back with these units because they have run out of ammunition. Which isn't very fun. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to have these guys on skirmish just so that they back off from these Black Orcs, even if they are coming off the wall now. It's just going to be hard to deal with. So close as well. Alright, let's just get out of here. Gonna fall back. Last stand, maybe. And if I manage to make some more of their units rout, I might be okay. We'll have to wait and see.
We are ready. Advancing.
Okay, we've run out of ammunition there, so we're going to have to just pull back. I'm just going to turn off their skirmish mode so they do what I want. Okay. Right, we've got some Witch Elves, which is good. Bring back these Black Ark Corsairs.
Battle calls. Death hag. Merciless warriors.
They're going to give us a charge. What I'm going to try and do actually is maybe get round the back of them and charge them in the back. Okay, so we're not doing too bad there.
They will die here.
Like, if we can take care of like one unit at a time, we'll be okay, but I'm not sure we'll have much of a chance to do that. Try to do a little bit more damage there. Those shots came in quite nicely, actually. That's done quite a lot of damage.
The merciless host.
Right, we've got like one more shot left, so probably just going to stop these guys from firing at will. This is going to be close. How many units do we have left? Oh, we have their leader here, which is going to probably kill off my death hag. Yep, she's dead. And I need to save the unit with ammunition left. And I need to bring behind the Dark Riders with the repeater crossbows. Okay, so they can deal with him. And we will get our shots off into... Try and move to the side. We just need them to hold long enough, actually. So I'm probably just going to charge in. Because I think it's better that we get a rear charge with the Dark Riders than just use that last volley. Also, we don't want our front line to just collapse. Maybe we can do it. Maybe we can do it. If I can hit them properly. That was a decent charge. Half decent charge. It's a matter of killing them off now and making them run away. I don't think we're doing fast enough in order to make them run. We have them surrounded, but it says that they're winning slightly. I might just cycle charge. Oh, they're actually going to retreat very shortly. Oh, nice. Okay, that's good. That's great. Let's get these dark shards to shoot this guy in the back. Oh, there's a few more coming. Oh god. Okay, maybe we can get the shots into him. Never mind. It's gone. It's just... it's over, guys. It's over. We were so close. But my dark shards are not going to be there long enough for me to get a cycle charge into the back of these guys. I don't think. Maybe. Maybe we can do it. Come on, men. Oh, their leadership is just messed up right now. Yeah, they're gone. Oh, what a shame. That was so close. That was so damn close. They're probably just going to sack that now as well. Absolute disappointment. Oh, wow. Just those Black Orcs, man. They just do so much damage. We did do quite a lot of damage with our own Dark Shards, and the repeater crossbows got a lot of kills onto the Black Orcs, but it just wasn't enough in the end. Killed the Cygor with the tower. So they are going to be missing units, but not the vital ones, which is all of these Black Orcs, which are really hard to deal with. Okay, so that's just going to be that. They raised it. Okay, so depending on what they do now, I guess what we'll do is watch the video.
The third victim was also known to the sorceress, but this was no enemy. The pupil looked upon her teacher and saw the true cost of dark magic. Success breeds expectation, and the Witch King demands. Especially when there are others who incite their own rituals of possession over the Vortex.
Crazy stuff. That was pretty epic, wasn't it? Okay, so settlement was raised, which is annoying. Hidden Run was complete, which gives us extra weapon strength for Shades and Dark Rider units, which would have been useful in the last battle. I've also got the reload time there and the speed, so those charges might have been a little bit better. Wow, minus 2,000 income now. That's nuts. Just from losing that one settlement. That's not good. Okay, so we're going to have to just leave Moksha where he is actually. And I guess we'll just... Actually, since they're so depleted, I might just sort of move towards them and sort them out. We'll do our thing. Move up towards them. I can go into channeling again, so I might do that just so that we get a little bit of replenishment at least. As for Malekith, he can just carry on the way he's going. We're currently going full speed, so we'll just continue with that. What's the other thing we need to do? Yeah, Nolosi's going to be taking the High Veil, so let's do that. Cool.
Death to all enemies!
We will just auto-resolve this one. Not really much point in playing that one out.
Crushing victory!
And honestly, I'm very tempted to sack it before I take it over. Just because we're going to need the income.
My power grows!
I occupied it, and the reason I occupied it was because I want it to be a higher settlement level, so that I can just have the walls quicker in these other provinces. Because otherwise what will happen is if I like sack it, it'll go down to like level 1 or whatever, and it will take me ages to get the growth to make it higher again, which would just be really, really frustrating. Now that Griffin Gate, there are Gate Guard, White Lines of Trace, and they have Sword Masters of Hoeth. But I don't think the Gate Guard are actually that good. Like if we compare them to archers with light armor, they have less missile damage. Their melee attack and melee defense isn't that great. Whereas if we look at like the melee attack and melee defense of Witch Elves, especially in Nolosi's army where she buffs them, they're really good. Also the Dread Spears are really, really good. Nolosi herself has 713 weapon strength, so she's just an absolute badass. And what were we leveling up with her? That is the question. I think we went towards this and we got Kindle the Fury. We have Confer Bloodlust, which boosts our Witch Elves and War Hydras, which is nice. I guess the other thing we could do is like Cull the Unworthy, just to boost her Dark Shards and Dread Spears. She has quite a lot of those, so we'll do that as well. And that will actually affect quite a lot of the Dark Shards here, because they are already like unit rank 7 and higher, which is what it takes in order to make them worth it. Okay. Hello to everyone who's watching, by the way. Thanks for coming along. Rebenus is still on our way. Let's have a look at the research. We were going to go for naval training, just so that when I recruit into my Black Ark, the unit experience is naturally higher. Just having a look at some of the other ones, though, before I completely decide on doing that. That's actually really nice. Daylight Denied. Income from iron mines, gold mines and stone quarries plus 15%. Now, gold mines give you like 800 naturally anyway, so that would be really good. Oh, we already have it. What am I talking about? What else can we do? Guess extra armor for dread spears, dark shards and bleak swords would be quite nice. That would require us to get the instrument of war though. I think we'll stick with naval training for now, and then we will head towards maybe the armor for the dread spears and so on. Yeah, I think that's probably best. You can also go for the minus upkeep. That's actually probably better to get like early on. Yeah, so we'll do that straight away. I didn't realise there was a minus upkeep one, because that's always worth doing. We can't afford to spend any money, I'm just not going to bother. So that is that. Moksha can try and deal with these armies in the next turn. But for now, that's where I'm going to leave it, so we'll move on. Rufus asks in the chat, where do you see the level of units? There's like chevrons out on each of the unit cards at the bottom, and if you hover over it, it says like rank and then the number, and that's what it tells you. So for example, these ones in the bottom left here don't have any unit rank, but if you see the chevrons, it's like it goes bronze, silver, gold, and there's 3 of each. So the highest rank is rank 9, which is 3 gold chevrons. The Order of Lawmasters has united against us. No surprise there. Call to Pleasure is going to go take a Venom Glade, or at least wreck one of Hexoatl's armies, which should be probably defending their ritual sites, but is not. Currently their ritual sites are being slammed by Chaos. Just a bunch of shades. There you go, there's the Witch Elf army I was commenting on in the last turn. Some of these armies are very strange indeed. If it does the job, then it's not stupid. Dark Elf Intervention is going to be rolling up towards Maku Peaks. Did I send that one? I can't even remember. Reese in a pretty hard spot right now. I'm just waiting for the armies of Ulthuan to come knocking on my door.
Your destruction will bring me untold.
Why do they want a peace treaty now? What a joke. As if I would let them get away with that. Trying to move away from my army as well. Those Vessels of Chaos just not doing what they need to do. Okay. Chapter objective successful. And with the ritual complete, we get the extra public order, which is great. So let's go to Moksha here, and we will sort of move down, go and attack this chap if we can. Oh, we're just out of range. That is savage. Okay. So we'll have to leave it as it is again.
Dread Commander.
The High Vale does need to build its walls. So I'm going to start doing that. And what we're going to do is maybe go and attack the Griffin Gate.
Cruel Dreadlord.
Do we have the units to do it? I'm pretty sure we do. Because Great Eagles and Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers are pretty terrible in like a siege battle.
Dreadlord.
The other thing we can do is head towards the Salvation Isles. Maybe if we sack that, it will help us out. We are completing the gold mining pit in the next turn, which will give us a little bit more income. I need something that I can sack that isn't going to necessarily affect our public order in this province. However, I think we'll probably get away with doing it at the Salvation Isles. It's just, again, I want wolves there. We're going to move towards the Griffin Gate. Let's move towards the Griffin Gate. And we will try and attack that. Okay, I think we're just in range with the Admiral here.
Have a deal. Set the sails.
We'll go tuck in there. But we're definitely in range to support our army. Malekith is on his way round, and honestly I might just use him to like go destroy Vries up here. We can't settle this province, so destroying Tor Anlek, Tor Dranil, and the Shrine of Cain, like sacking and razing, is probably a pretty decent idea. There is, however, two huge armies here, so that makes me want to almost come down and help Nilosi. There's going to be a lot of decisions to make in the future. Another settlement that needs upgrading, Harkaldra, after it got wrecked like a billion times by Chaos. We will end our turn there though, and move on. Let the Death Hag do her thing. Lothairn gonna confederate Vries, so we don't have to worry about them anymore.